Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're going to be talking about area of a rectangle and square. Previous videos we've already talked about perimeter, which is the distance around the outside of something as if we walked around the outside of a shape. When we start talking about area, we're talking about the footprint, the amount of floor space that it takes up. How much area does it cover? How much space does it cover? We're going to be doing that for rectangles and squares today. So to find the area, we're going to multiply two things together. We're going to multiply the length by the width. And we're going to say that area is equal to length times width. In this case here, we have a 5 centimeter, 2 centimeter. We know that 5 times 2 is 10. We also know that 2 times 5 is 10. So it doesn't really matter which order we put them in. Convention says the length is the longer side and the width is the shorter side. But other than that, it's not really going to matter. So we're going to take area is equal to length times width. We're going to take our length of 5 centimeters, and we're going to multiply it by 2 centimeters. As we've already said, 5 times 2 is 10. And our units are squared, centimeters squared. And we took a centimeter and we multiplied it by a centimeter, we got centimeters squared. So the amount of space that this covers is 10 centimeters squared. We take the second shape, which has got all the shapes on it because it's talking about perimeter, all the sides on it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take area. We're going to multiply the length times the width. In this case, the length is going to be 3 centimeters and the width is 1.5 centimeters. So though it doesn't really matter because 3 times 1.5 and 1.5 times 3 are going to give me the same answer. So I'm going to start with my formula. I always start with the formula, length times width. And I'm going to multiply 3 centimeters times 1.5 centimeters. So it's probably easier to put the number with more significant digits on top and put the 3 on the bottom. We'd avoid any zeros in addition at the end. So 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. I only have one decimal place in my answer, so I'm going to have one decimal place in my question, so I'm going to have one decimal place in my answer. I get an area of 4.5 centimeters squared. So the area is 4.5 centimeters squared, the amount of space that this covers. Alright, for this square at the bottom, because it's a square, it's a regular polygon, all the sides are the same length, we could think of this as two different ways. We could use the formula that we already have, length times width. The length is 4 centimeters, the width is 4 centimeters, which gives us an area of 16 centimeters squared. Or we could think of this as area is equal to the length squared, which is going to get us the same answer, same number of steps. It's just a different way of thinking of it. So length is 4 centimeters, and we're going to square all of that. So 4 times 4 is 16, and a centimeter times a centimeter is a centimeter squared. So we get the same answer. They're equal to each other. In both cases, we find that the area is 16 centimeters squared. The amount of floor space, the size of the footprint that it takes up. So in every case, we found the two lengths, the length and the width, and we multiplied them together. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check the class website for additional notes, examples, and assignments.